Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has publicly challenged US President Donald Trump to apologise for his controversial remarks about NATO troops in Afghanistan, describing the comments as insulting and frankly appalling. In a rare direct rebuke of the US leader, Starmer addressed Trump's earlier claim that European allies remained a little off the front lines during the Afghanistan war. Asked if he would demand an apology, Starmer said if he had misspoken in that way or said those words, he would certainly apologise. The Pentagon foresees a more limited role in deterring North Korea, with South Korea taking primary responsibility for the task, a move that could lead to a reduction of US forces on the Korean peninsula. The Pentagon said in the National Defense Strategy document that guides its policies that South Korea is capable of taking primary responsibility for deterring North Korea, with critical but more limited US support. It said this shift in the balance of responsibility is consistent with America's interest in updating US force posture on the Korean peninsula. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has warned that Israel may be looking for an opportunity to attack Iran, stressing that such a move could worsen regional instability and has already been raised with Tehran. Fidan told Turkish broadcaster NTV that he had conveyed these concerns directly to Iranian officials during a recent visit to Tehran. The warning follows a phone call between Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Iranian counterpart Masoud Pezeshkian, wherein Erdogan stressed that Turkey opposes any foreign interventions in Iran and values its neighbours' peace and stability. The World Economic Forum's 2026 annual meeting has closed in the Swiss alpine town of Davos. The 5-day forum brought together around 3,000 leaders and experts from 130 countries and regions. Held under the theme A Spirit of Dialogue, discussions focused on cooperation, growth, innovation, and sustainable prosperity. As this unfolds, UN Rights Chief High Commissioner Volker Turk has urged Iran to end what he called brutal repression of protests, speaking at an emergency session of the Human Rights Council in Geneva. Rights groups say thousands, including bystanders, were killed in recent unrest. Iran rejected the session as illegitimate, while Western states backed extending a UN investigation into alleged abuses. Meanwhile, Iran has made it clear that UN nuclear inspectors will not be allowed to visit sites hit in US and Israeli strikes unless the watchdog clarifies its position. Iran's atomic chief, Mohammad Eslami, accused the IAEA of bowing to Washington and Israel, saying inspections have been limited to undamaged facilities. US-brokered talks between Ukraine and Russia have begun in Abu Dhabi and will continue for 2 days. According to the UAE Foreign Ministry, both sides have made it clear that territorial issues are central, with Moscow demanding Ukraine surrender the Donbass. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Kyiv will not give up land Russia has failed to capture in 4 years of grinding attritional warfare. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.